Councilman Cook. Of course, I'm here for Woodlynne residents this evening who came out in numbers still yet to send a message that we want to see change here in the borough of Woodlynne. With all the recent activities as far as the drugs, the shooting that took place last week, amongst other issues that Woodlynne have, we decided to come together today in numbers in hopes that we could address the issue and ask mayor and council to work with us to resolve some of the matters that have taken place here in the borough. Unfortunately, they're not on the same page with us. Nevertheless, we move forward. We're here tonight because individuals like yourself, as well as myself, we care about our community. And caring about our community, we decided to come together in hopes that we could get people to join with us in our mission and in our message asking for change. Last Friday, we had an event that took place where a male was shot twice in the back and a 2-year-old was shot in the foot. The thing that affects me more is knowing that a child was involved in the shooting. The thing that matters to me more is that that child could have been any one of our child. Me being a father of a 3-year-old, I can only imagine as a parent what that individual or the parents of this young child is going through. And, you know, when you look at a situation like that and how it affects, you know, not just them, but individuals that have children, it hits close to home. And my reasoning for wanting to come out here tonight is because we continue to have issue upon issue upon issue, continue to escalate here in the borough. You know, yes, I reached out to the governor, I've reached out to the state attorney general, and I have asked for them to come and look into the things that is wrong here in the borough of Woodlynne in hopes that we can resolve some of these issues. And still yet we have been given the death error syndrome. And my question is when is enough enough? Just because we're a small municipality doesn't mean that we don't care about our residents and we don't care about the people that reside here in the borough. We do care. We do care about our neighbors. We do care about our friends. We do care about our families. Everybody moved here and invested here and lives here for a reason. And they deserve to have the best that quality of life they have to offer. And we as elected officials, we have to give that to the residents here, and it's not being done. So I stand here as your councilman, not talking on the behalf of all the council, but as a resident myself, that I'm very disturbed with what's going on here. And we need to see change. We need to see real change take place here in the borough of Woodlynne. And I'm asking that, you know, my colleagues wake up, smell the coffee, and get the real picture that something's not right here in the borough of Woodlynne. You know, we have plenty of residents that can speak up and tell you what's going on, but I'm standing here tonight and I'm quite sure that they are in agreement that things are not right here. Things need to change here, and it's only a matter of time that things are going to continue to escalate if nobody gets involved. I'm asking for residents to start getting involved. Don't wait for it to come to your doorstep to disrupt your family, your household, where you're going to seek help and you're going to seek guidance and you're going to seek people to stop doing what they're doing so that they can listen to you. The time for listening is now. So yes, we have some concerned residents here. Many might want to speak, many might not want to speak, but I'm quite sure that we all share the same thoughts and we all have just about the same opinions when it comes to things here in the borough of Woodlynne. And I'm going to give them that opportunity to speak because every voice has to be heard. Every voice matters. Not to turn them away when they come to council meetings and you shun them and you curse them out and you shame them. It's about listening to them. It's about hearing what they have to say. It's about giving them the opportunity to give their opinions on how they feel they want to see, you know, their town go in a direction where it's promising, where it's productive, where it's prosperous. Not looking at a town that's going the opposite direction, where there's no hope, no opportunity, no outlets for our kids to vent their frustrations, no place where they can go where they can have recreation and other extracurricular activities. There is nothing here in the borough of Woodlynne other than sorrow right now. And the sorrow is something that we all want to overcome. Woodlynne has the most highest tax rate in the state of New Jersey. And for the things that we're given as far as options, there is no options but to suffer and to deal with what we're dealing with, and we don't want to deal with it no more. Anybody would like to speak?
Robert?
No, that's...
So, of course, I believe I said it all.
You want to
But
speak?
the key thing is we've had a shooting,
She
we've
wants
had
to
a
speak.
robbery at the gas station, a gas station where they want to say that it's safe, but it's not safe. A gas station where it stays open 24 hours and the owner can show up to a meeting saying, "Thank you, Mayor, we're the safest gas station around." No, this gas station needs to be closed at a reasonable time. We need to see the traffic stop, and we need to finally come to grips with understanding that, you know, if Camden's capable of shutting down its businesses at a reasonable time, why can't Woodland do the same thing? So, you know, it's so many different things we were looking at when it comes to 2 weeks ago, we had a stabbing that took place.
Police patrolling is a big issue.
You know, patrolling is a big issue here when it comes to the policing. We're not seeing our police officers come out and patrol the area on a constant basis. Since we've all been out here, we haven't seen a police car. Haven't seen a police car around. So we have issues with policing. And as many times as I mentioned, community policing is the key to success. If Camden County Police is able to be out in Camden and patrol Camden, why can't we do it here in such a small borough? So there's no excuse for the things that they do here in the borough of Woodland. The thing is accountability has to be held to those elected officials that are in charge here that are supposed to help the quality of life of the people. We are to answer to the quality of life of the people by providing them a better way of life. And that's what I've been trying to do since I've been in office for the past 2 years and haven't been able to do it because of a council that will not work with us but works against us and the people.
All right, thanks.
Anybody want to speak?
Yeah, she said she was.
Sure.
You introduce yourself. We can get to know you.
So hello, my name is LaTanya. I have been a resident here in Woodland for approximately 20 years, right in the space and the spot almost where the shooting took place, and it floored me, you know, as to what had, you know, took place. So we need to do something. You see it on the news, but when in different areas in Philadelphia, in Camden, and the surrounding areas, but when it hits home, you have to take a stance. And so, after 20 years, and you know, just having a park outside of that exact spot that it, you know, almost it took place, there's a level of fear that you know, kind of overtakes you, because you know, we're neighbors. We come in different times of the day or the night, and so that was just after dusk, that, you know, the time frame that had taken place. So in the 7 or 7:30 or 8 o'clock hour, and so that's kind of nerving. So we need to support the residents here. We need to come out. I can say for 20 years, I've not, you know, just with working and not come out to some of the meetings. And so with this, you know, taking place, I would say that we need to start coming out. We need to show up at some of the meetings and start pressing, and for them to be able to patrol the area. I could go back in time 20 years ago, or just even 15 years ago, where we had someone that would walk the beat. It was a female officer, and she would patrol, and she would be back there at the courts. And it was well lit at one point. There were times where I had to call PSE&G or go online and put in for one of the polls because the lights are out. The lights are out. They come on and off at the courts at night. Sometimes we have to call to get them to shut the courts down at midnight, or you know, 1 or 2 a.m. because there are people lurking at the courts. So, but we need to support this small township. It's small. Why can't we all come together? biblically stating, I can always say one can chase 1,000 and two could put 10,000 to flight. And so it's just, that's where we are right now. We need to come out together and come together to ensure that our children are safe, that when our families come and they park in an area where it's dark, that they feel safe, that no one's going to walk up on them. People are not going to walk up on them to rob them. So it wasn't an isolated case. You ask about it because you live in the area and you're told one thing, and then you read the paper the next day or read the internet the next day and to figure out that it was a robbery. And so we need to support the area. The police need to come out. They need to sit back there and not just up here, not at the pizza place or not at the stores, but in that area where there's entryway from the Camden area into that back area. So residents of Woodlynne, if I can come out and do it, you all need to step up and do it as well. Thank you.
So, of course, I appreciate everybody for coming out. I thank the residents here of Woodlynne for coming out and voicing your concerns. Unfortunately, we had the mayor out here, who stayed out here briefly, who found fit to be more disrupted than to be a solution or to come up with any suggestions to try to help everybody, resolve some of the issues. But this is Woodlynne. This is how they do their business. This is how they conduct their business. At the end of the day, the message that you can send to them is by starting to show up to the council meetings, is by reaching out to your neighbors, reaching out to your friends, whether it be, you're talking to them personally or on social media or even by telephone. Let them know that you want change and you demand to have that change. Be that voice. Thank you for coming out.